Hello YouTube and hello my fellow spicy nacho Doritos. Welcome to another TGS um, welcome to another TGS NDBDS or TGS and DB Dream Show. And this dream show is going to be different. It's going to be a compilation of all of the dreams I recorded for a long time since I still was going to high school all the way until now after I am already graduated from high school. So this first dream I had, or dreams or dream sections I had, was from when this first one this first dream or dreams or dream sections I am going to show was recorded from the date of within the format of day, month, year, was recorded during /17 9 2021 Anno Domini. And it is time to play that dream of mine. It is playing. Enjoy it, please. I had a dream last night. That dream was about I was like I think I had a dog named Brian from the TV show Family Guy in that dream. I think I might have been confused about where I was or what was happening and the environment and how I got there. So the dog Brian was from Family Guy, that TV show called Family. It was from that TV show. Meaning it was from that TV show called Family Guy. I had repeated to correct myself. Brian drove me, and eventually I saw what looked like my, I think it was like, looked like my ex-babysitter, but I think it was my mom in that dream. I think it was that my mom in that dream, because it was what seemed like a parallel. It seemed like a parallel universe version of my mom. So it seemed like a parallel universe version of my mom. I guess I was in a parallel universe, but I didn't really think that. I was just confused inside of that dream. So that mom, so that person who was my mom inside of so that person who was my mom inside of that dream said, I think that person might have, who was my mom inside of that dream, might have said that my M1. I think that person might. I think my mom inside of that dream might have said my M1 iMac has been waiting. I think that my mom inside of that dream might have said my M1 iMac has been. Has been waiting for me inside of that dream. I think I might have repeated to correct myself. Brian, my dog from the TV show Family Guy, had drove me, and I think I had got out of his car. I think his car might have been a Toyota Prius, based off of what Brian drives from Family. Based off of what Brian drives from Family Guy, that TV show. So I eventually got out of his car. I think it was a he. I think it was a he. So I eventually got out of his car, and or I'm not sure if I did. I am not sure if I did that first, or if I saw, or if I saw my mom's house get raided by police, breaking inside of her house, like breaking into her. What it means, like breaking into her. Breaking into her house. I might have repeated to correct myself. I think I repeated to correct myself. So the place where breaking inside of my mom's house. Eventually, my mom was taken out by so eventually my mom was taken out by police, and I came inside of that house to find that I think I saw a older, more historical or vintage. Guess I should say, rather than historical. I guess I should just say. I guess I should say vintage instead. So I think I saw a vintage looking iMac, which I think was her iMac, and I eventually saw a M1 iMac. That I think was my, and I think that was what I mean is I think that was my M1 iMac. So I eventually saw a M1 iMac that I eventually saw a I eventually saw a M1 iMac that I think was mine or for me. That is what I mean. And eventually that dream had shifted. Eventually that what I mean is eventually that dream had shifted towards. I think it had shifted. I think it had shifted towards a bathtub scene in a way where there was like a police car that could drive. That was like a toy police car and a toy helicopter at the bottom. That was at the bottom of a bathtub. So there was a police car. I think it was a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I think it was a Ferrari or a Lamborghini police car with a helicopter, and they were both toys, like about the same size. They were like around. They were around the same size as each other. And eventually, the watcher started rising for the watcher level. The watcher level started rising, and eventually,
Why are you on the floor?
It was flooded there, and the, eventually the toy helicopter lifted up and the water came out, and it apparently got dried inside of it all the way completely. And I guess it came up and started flying.
Not right now, because there's a lot of stuff going on, so I gotta be everywhere, okay? So,
I think it might have came up and I think it might. I think it might have came up and started flying. Like what I mean is like flying, not flying, but flying instead. So I think that helicopter, that toy helicopter. I think that toy helicopter started to come up and started to fly. Eventually, the rest of eventually the rest of that dream shifted towards a part where there was someone else, and I think it might have been the character or just characters. I think it might have been the character or just what I mean is or just what I mean is or just characters that were chase. That were like participating with what participating with what was I think might have been Mr. Beast, possibly like the from the YouTube channel Mr. Beast, and so I think it was chasing the blue with Mr. Beast, where he went on he went on blue shades of blue for symbols or whatever it was for a symbol or shape or just shapes or whatever it was, or maybe just panels only instead. Maybe like a piano panel for the for the like piano keys, or it could be a shape like that. So I eventually was trying to step on what I think might have been shades of blue or just any color in general. I think I might have been trying to step on shades of blue or any. Just or any color in general for stepping on, like just. I think I was like risking drowning. I think I was risking drowning. I think I was risking drown. I think I was risking drown. I think I was risking drowning, and
5 minutes, guys.
it might have been it might have been for another reward also, or it might have been for a reward. I think it might have been for a possible reward of some sort, or more than one reward, or maybe just the reward was maybe the reward was just that I survived. So after that, I think that was I think after that that was the end of my dream I had last night. Okay, so far for the stream compilation video, we had gone through the first stream, so okay, here's the next stream I had within this stream compilation of mine. So this is my next stream I'm going to show for the stream compilation that I had. And the stream took place, it was recorded during the date of /22-9-2021. Anno Domini. I am going to play this next stream around now, but also just to let all of you know, this stream also has a null part, which means it has some extra information within a additional part with the null prefix that I use. So let's start this stream. I had a dream. I had a dream last night, and and this was what it was about. It was it was. What I mean is, what I mean is, it was either a PlayStation 3 or 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 it was a PlayStation 4, and it had a extra feature. I think it might have been like a. I think what I mean is, I think it might have been called a death tray, what I mean is, or I think it was. What I mean is like, or what I mean is, or I think it was called something. Something else like death and like death. Like death something, death whatever it was called for the rest of the for the rest of that pronunciation after that. I think that was for either. I think that was for either a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 4. What I mean is, or a PlayStation 4. In the rest of it, in the, in the rest of the, in the rest of that dream. What I mean is in what I mean is in the what I mean is in the rest of that dream. It was like a Pokemon part, or I think there might. I think there might have been Smash. I mean, I think there might have been Super Smash Brothers either before. I think that was. I think that was either. Either before or. Or after this part. So it was like a Pokemon game. And back to that, whatever it is called, death, like something, or like I think back to that death, whatever the rest of its pronunciation is called, for either a PlayStation 3. It just for either a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 4. I think. I think. What I mean is, I think I actually. What I mean is, I think I actually opened it up. So I think I opened. I think I opened it up. And after that, I think I was brought to a Super Smash Brothers battle, which I think could have been me against a Pokemon. I think, I think it might. I mean, I think it might have been that. And I think so. What I mean is, and I think I won. I think I won. Won that battle. And I think because of that, uh, I think because of. I think because of that, I unlocked something for whale Pokemon, which I think was a tool possible. I think that. I think that was possibly for. For catching whale. 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 Whale Pokemon easier. in the rest. I mean, what I mean is, what I mean is in the rest of, of my dream. I mean, I mean, my dream from last night. I woke up. I mean, I mean, what I mean is I woke. What I mean is I woke up within side. Within side of that dream, and and I woke up. So I woke up. So I woke up inside of what I think was a indoor stadium. So I think I woke. I think I woke. I think I woke up inside of what was a indoor stadium. I think. I think I was confused. I think I was confused about how I got there. I think. I think I was redirected to. I think I was. I think I was redirected to walk all the way in front of a big, large audience. With, I think I was redirected to walk to on. To on the stage in front of a large audience with all the seats mainly or mostly filled up. I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't sure if everyone. I wasn't sure if everyone from that audience could see me when I went peed. I think I might have. I think I might have went pee inside of a toilet. Toilet bowl. I had took down my shorts or whatever I was wearing over my underwear, and I peed into that toilet bowl. I mean, what I mean is that I mean what I mean what I mean is that toilet bowl. Ball. So I peed into that toilet bowl. I think David Henderson. What I mean what I mean what I mean is I think I think David Henderson I think David Henderson I think David Henderson I think I think I think David Henderson was a part of that audience. I think David Hen I think David I think David Henderson was a part of that audience, and I eventually I eventually told my dream I had last night. I eventually told my dream I had last night to that. To, what I mean is to that. I mean, to, I mean to that whole audience, and I think that was a part. I mean, a part of this. I mean, what I mean is this dream I had last night. I mean, from last night. this next dream for this dream compilation of mine, which is real dreams I had within real life while sleeping, is a part of that same dream I last mentioned. And it has that null prefix. It's the same title, but with the null prefix added to the title format, which means it is finishing the dream story about what I dreamed, which has the date of starting from day to month and then year, 22-9-2021 Anno Domini. And I'm going to play it around now. I'll start it around now. Before, I mean, before, what I mean is before the main part of the dream I had last night. So basically basically the exact same thing that what I mean is that happened inside of my dream. The exact same thing that happened inside of my dream was not what I mean is inside of what I mean is inside of the dream. I mean the dream. I mean the dream I had last. Last night. So the first exact thing that that happened inside of the dream I had last night was that I opened the death tray. So so that that thing that thing was I opened the death tray for whatever game console that was, either either a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 4. So I opened that death tray. I opened that that death death tray first. That game that game console opened up first. opened up. Opened up. Up. I mean, up. Up first by turning. By turning on. It opened it. So then then it opened. Then it opened it and and turned back off. I think I think it possibly did that same thing and and closed its death tray. If this was called a death tray, but I am just but I am just calling it. Calling it. Calling it a death tray for the purpose of this whole. Whole explanation. So it probably did the same thing for when it possibly. For when it. For when it. For when it possibly turned off. If it did, if it did that during the end, the end of, of that section of, of my dream from last night. this next stream for this dream compilation video of real dreams I dreamed about while I was sleeping is from the date within the date format of day, month, year. Is listed as the date of it's listed as the date of 29 9 2021 Anno Domini. So it's listed as the date of 29 9 2021 Anno Domini. And I am going to play it around now. I had a dream from last night. That dream started. Sorry, I'm going to replay that from the beginning. I had a dream from last night. That dream started when started based off of my dog Henry died, but it was when he died, but he didn't really die in my dream. He survived. My dog Henry survived, but there was something strange that happened. That happened. My dog Henry. I'm not sure. What I mean is, I am not sure if this was my fake dog Henry or my real dog Henry. That I seen a video before that my mom was watching from her phone of a dog with no front two legs with a scooter rollerblades like with like a type of rollerblades attached to the front of it, So my dog Henry was. The fake. I think it might have been. It might have been the fake version of my dog Henry or the real version of my dog Henry, which it had all of its legs. It had all of its legs, but it just had that, like, it just it standed on it from its front two legs. It it standed on it from its front two legs. It came to the house I live at, and I think it I think it tried beating me up. And that dog, I guess, made my mom. No, I think this is probably the fake dog, or I don't know. I just guess it's the fake dog. The fake dog. The fake version of my dog Henry. But I said it could be both. It could be one of them. Is what I meant. For the when I first said it could be either one of them or both of them. When I said that, I meant it was either one of them, not both of. Not both of. Both. What I mean is both of them. So my dog Henry beated me up. He tried getting my mom. I think it's a fake dog Henry, the fake version of my dog Henry. Of my dog Henry. I think that fake version of my dog Henry tried getting my mom to think. I'm not sure. What I mean is, I think I. Well, at first, before it beated me up, I think for some reason, I was getting Ziploc bags. I got one that didn't seal with a lever you should, like, move across the top of the bag to to cook. What I mean is to close it. It was just the regular seal type, and then I eventually got. I tried getting the. The other type I mentioned that I did not use at first, and I also tried getting some. A zip tie that was. A reusable zip tie that I had because that dog had rolled in its wheels, like, even though it has all four legs, kept falling off, and it kept walking over to get them back on, even though I guess it didn't need them. But I don't know why that makes sense that I would use that to attach that to that dog of mine, or if that was my dog. Uh, but after that was when that dog, I think probably was. I think that was, I think that was, that was probably when that dog started to beat me up, and after that, I think eventually, I think that dog was trying to tell my mom that I was actually, actually trying to harm it or something, or beat it up or whatever. When really that fake dog, I think it was a fake version of my dog, Henry was trying. Trying. What I mean is was trying to beat me up instead.
Kevin, are you almost done with that work you were talking about? You said you were finishing up some work.
Yeah, he's gonna finish up this and then he'll be done.
Okay.
And after that eventually one time, eventually, I mean, what I mean is, eventually one time, my mom, like, like, I think saw, I think saw that there were two of my dog, of my dog Henry's, and one was the one with the wheels it didn't need it, and the other, I guess it didn't, it didn't need them, and the other was just one. One. What do you mean? What I mean is one without them. That dog Henry of mine. I guess it was the dog. I guess I guess at some point it eventually possibly got my mom's phone or a phone that looked exactly like it with its same dents or whatever that was on its case that my mom's phone case has, or it was either it had her phone or a phone that looked exactly like that for, and also like its case for its case. So it either had that like earlier in the story for that. That dog either had that phone for earlier in the story, or it had it more lately until this point. Until this point. But one, that dog with the wheels it didn't needed, with that tied all four leg. I guess it did. I guess it didn't need its wheels with all of its four. That had all of its four legs. There was another of one of my dog Henry. What it was the I think it might have been the real version with all four of its legs. So the fake version, the fake version, I guess, was the one that used wheels it didn't needed. That had all. I guess it used wheels it didn't needed. I know it. I know it. I know it used wheels, but I guess it. But I guessed. But I guessed it didn't need them, and so basically, I guess the fake dog Henry, or what I think was the fake dog Henry, for this, for the sake of, for the sake of the, for the sake of this, this story, I will just call the dog that I think is the fake dog. That I think is the, is the fake dog. Fake. Fake dog. Dog Henry. The fake dog Henry. So basically, I think that fake dog Henry. That fake. Fake dog Henry called 911. Trying. Trying. What I mean is trying. Trying to. To frame me. And basically, what I did was I ran away from that house and I yelled for help. I just ran. I just ran away from that house, and and I yelled for help. So I ran away from. From that house, and I yelled for help.
get everybody in here.
and eventually, I think that's what might. What I mean is that might have been the end. What I mean is the end of that. Of what I mean is of that dream I had from last night. Last night.
Okay, you finish it up.
Here's the next dream that I had, or dream selections or whatever, that they'll be within this dream compilation. I will be playing this. Actually, I have to say what the dream is. This dream was recorded during the data from the date format. This dream was recorded from the date format of day, month, year, within the date of 12 10 2021 Anno Domini. I will play this stream recording around now. I had a dream last night. I had a dream last night. In that dream, I was inside of a stadium with a big group. I guess it was kids or students. I guess I guess it was students from a school I used to, I used to go to. And and so there was a one random female. Not female, but it just dresses like it's just like how apparently society is like most females prefer or not. Not prefer, but have long hair for some reason. I guess it was something. I guess it was something like that, but I don't know what that character did in that dream of mine. I just think like that character might have said something to me. To myself. To me instead. Like so, but there was a character inside of that dream that I had visited that person's house before inside of real life because it is based off of a real life person I knew before. So I went and I think I went inside of that person's house before. And basically, I think that character was swinging a object at me because I had a ammonia. Because I guess that character inside of that dream of mine thought ammonias were contagious. And I guessed in front of the whole audience, or I guess it would be, I guess it would be in front, but possibly behind, whatever you want to call that, was some. It was a actual. It was a actual. Sorry, what I mean is like it was a actual like some type of thing that has like lasers or lights or something or whatever it does, and it just whatever it has. I guess I can't see it or maybe I could, but I don't think I can see it, and it just controls some stuff, whatever that stuff is. And apparently, I guess it was going to attack soon, as predicted by all of the audience there, and there was panicking. Maybe there was panicking before, possibly, but at this point of the stream, I know for sure there was probably panicking already happening. That I had remembered for that dream so far. So basically everyone else seemed everyone else seemed to be running on the pathway away from that area. I was not sure if I ran with someone else besides that group or not, but I ran. I ran on the train tracks. So I guess this creature, not creature, but whatever this was probably, I guess, trying. I guess it was trying to destroy CD technology and audio cassette technology. I guess it was. I guess that force of what of whatever it was trying. What means was trying to destroy both audio cassette technology and CD technology. I guess it was. I guess that was trying to destroy audio cassette technology and CD. What do you mean is and CD? And CD technology. But I guess it was also a threat to everyone there, and not just audio cassette technology and CD technology. So I guess it was also a threat to everyone there. So everyone ran on the pathway, and I ran with. I ran with probably one of those people who did not ran on the pathway. What I mean is on the pathway, or I ran by myself, and I ran on the train tracks, and I eventually ran past a train station, and I did a U-turn while I was running on the train tracks. While I was while I was running on the train tracks, and when I did that U-turn, I came back. I came back on the train station. What I mean is, I came on the train station platform and I escaped outside of there onto what I think was city sidewalks. I think it was. I think it was. City sidewalk. Walks. I I guess that was the dream I had from last night for myself. So I guess that was the dream I had last night for. For myself, or at least the time I was last asleep, which possibly was not last night, or just whenever I was asleep and dreamed, or whenever I dreamed this. For while I was sleeping, was was when I dreamed this. So I think this is. So I think this was what I remembered for that dream I had during that time I was asleep, which I first fell. Which I think I first fell asleep during last night. So okay, never mind. What to me is not never mind, but forget I said never. Forget I said never mind. Forget I said never. Never mind. Never. What I mean is never mind. What I mean is forget I said never mind, please. For when I last. What I mean is for when I last said never mind.
Quiet, numbskull.
Sorry that any audio wasn't part of the dream. It was from some other audio that automatically played. So please ignore that. This next audio, this next dream, I am going, this next dream recording I am going to play starts from the date within the date format. Welcome to this dream recording I am going to play. Starts within the date format of day, month, year, within the date of 19-1-2022. I am going to play the stream any moment around now. I had a dream last night, or like when I was sleeping, which I think was last night, or maybe it might have been this morning. It all started when I was in the car of my mom who adopted me, or what I would call the mom who is adopted to me. And I wanted to get something to eat for dinner. And I think it was late. It might have been around 7. What I mean is it might have been around 7 through 9 or 11 p.m. And that what I mean is, and I wanted some. What I mean is something to eat for what I think might have been my dinner. I eventually made the decision that I wanted to eat at Wiener Schnitzel's. That mom I was adopted to decided we were going to be part in what means in her car, and so like, and well, okay, what I mean is, and we would I eat there. Well, that was because when she, what I mean is when she got to Wiener Schnitzels to pull into the drive, what it means to pull into that restaurant to park. It was hogged up with traffic. There were semi trucks with wiener mobiles all at the, what it means, all at one end of the parking lot with other classic cars that weren't semi trucks with wienermobiles connected to from a semi truck trailer. Eventually, the mom I was adopted to pulled in, and she started driving down the parking spots like it was the wrong way to park, and eventually we were correctly aligned in her car for one of the closest or the closest parking spot to both that restaurant and the entrance to the property of that Wiener Schnitzels where you could drive through. I think it was the Wiener Schnitzels next to El Amigo. What I mean is El Amigo. Which is not too far away from a T-Mobile and they juice it up. So eventually, we were sitting. What I mean is sitting in her car, and eventually, a Wiener Schnitzel's employee came and what means and then I think I was going to take my order first. And before I took it, I did said it, but I think the worker there already had what I ordered for me, as if it was a coincidence. I think I might have said my what I mean is my order, and I did not heard anything about my mom I was adopted to, or what I mean is ordering. I got a burger with an onion ring in it, and possibly a meat patty, and nothing else. What I mean is that I can remember inside of it, and also some rice. I think it was white rice, maybe possibly mixed with what I mean is mixed with mashed potatoes. If I am what I mean is if that is the scenario. So I think it was the Wiener Schnitzels. That is next door across a street from El Amiga, which is another restaurant. What I mean is, which is not too far away from a T-Mobile. What I mean is a T-Mobile and a Juiced Up. What I mean is, and a Juiced Up. I think my mom was adopt. What I mean is, I think my mom. What I mean is, I was adopted to. Ordered coffee. With ice. What I mean is, with ice on it. I think I also got ice cold water. And I guess I might have got a ice cold strawberry or pink lemonade, which was also all. What I mean is already there for me before I ordered, and I think I also ordered that anyways from what I mean is, which was being called by the person taking my. What I mean is my order. Eventually, I think a ladybug was on one of the ice cubes for my. What I mean is, for my mom, I was adopted to coffee. I think there was a ladybug on one of the ice cubes. Eventually, for the mama who was adopted to coffee. And on that ice cube for that coffee, there was a ladybug eventually. I think I said there was one on it. I'm not sure if my mom was adopted too in that dream. had what I mean is had anything else or anything what I mean is or anything else ordered in general. What I mean is in general from that. What I mean is from that what I mean is from that restaurant that she already got, or has it came to her yet? And when that waiter, if I am correct about guessing, that it looks like how the trend of most males, how they dress like. When that waiter was taking my order, it was kind of like that waiter was acting like it was my parent for no reason. It was stopping me from what I mean is from eating, even though I what I mean is even though I was totally capable. What I mean is capable of eating myself. And It acted as if, which means that waiter acted as if I was the most bonded customer to that waiter's own self, which was what I mean is which was strange and weird. I think I was kind of a little thinking about that being like awkward, and I think I might have said possibly what I mean is possibly, yeah, sarcastically. I might, I think I might have said yeah, sarcastically. And what I mean is, and eventually someone sat across that table with possibly a family who I guess might have appeared have the trend of how most females like to appear. And I couldn't tell what I mean is I couldn't what I mean is I couldn't tell how the family, if there was one, for that person who I said looks like how the trend of how most females appear who might be a kid. So I couldn't tell that person's family for how they looked because I don't know what I mean. What I mean is because I don't know if I had a visual about them or not. Which would mean if I didn't had a visual of them, then they might possibly be like what I mean is then they possibly might be like what I mean is might be like something like what you might call a shadow figure. Like it is like a figure or figures like it might be like shadow figures. Something it might be something you might call shadow figures, like something that is like a figure that doesn't appear in color in your vision and just only appears as a illusion. What I mean is as a illusion black color. It could be what I mean is it could be that. Alright, so this next stream I had within real life is within so the next stream I had within real life is within the date format, day, month, year. And has the date of 16-2-2022 Anno Domini. I will play it around now. Hello, my fellow spicy nacho Doritos. I had a dream from last time I was asleep. In that dream, I guess for the beginning of it, I was every single character in a single, never made in real life final version movie for what I mean is for just in real life outside of this dream. I don't think it was based off of any real life movie. It was a Clint Eastwood movie, and I think I was all of the characters in that movie. What I mean is including Clint. What I mean is Clint Eastwood. And there were two people in the start of that movie who thought what I mean is who thought the police weren't doing a good enough job. So then they decided to become fake police. And they followed Clint Eastwood, who looked like or similar. What I mean is, or similar to how he looked in the what I mean is in the movie called Mule or Mole, and he was driving the same. What I mean is the same Ford FR100. What I mean is Ford FR100 pickup truck from that movie. I think he had a beagle and a German shepherd, which were two different dogs that had those two different dog breeds. Individually, which means they were not mixed that I could tell. They just looked like one beagle dog and one German. What I mean is German shepherd dog sitting on the back of his pickup truck. The under. What I mean is the fake. What I mean is the fake police were chasing him. What I mean is what I mean is the fake police officers, which were two police officers that I mentioned earlier for this stream. What I mean is for this stream we're chasing him. And those two. What I mean is those two dogs jumped out of his pickup trucks. What I mean is truck's bed, while those fake police officers were chasing him. I think they weren't wearing any police uniform or having any type of police indication. A part of or on the V. What I mean is the car they were. What I mean is what I mean is they were. What I mean is were riding in. So those two dogs jumped out of Clint Eastwood's pickup truck while those fake police officers were in a vehicle which was like a sedan. What I mean is, I think it was a sedan following him, and that is when his, as in Clint Eastwood, so that was when Clint Eastwood's two dogs that I mentioned earlier jumped out. During the next part of my dream I had, I was taking a shower. When I was done, I wasn't. What I mean is, I wasn't sure how much I got dressed. I guess I was, but I didn't realize it, and I will tell you when I did. So, I was. What I mean is, I was getting on a dangerous excavator with. What I mean is, with no guardrails. That was like, if you lose your balance on it, you're pretty much. What I mean is, you're pretty much dead if you fall. What I mean is, if you fall, what I mean is, fall. I think I was in a movie. What I mean is, I think I was in a movie during that time when I was doing that people there, or during that time, that smoking was what I guess was not unhealthy for you, but instead what I guess a lot of people might have claimed a tool to help you relax, if I am right, for how most people misunderstood it. What I mean is, misunderstood it. So like before, what I mean is, before I got on that excavator that looked weird, I was in a crowd of what I mean is in a crowd of people that was organized in rows. What I mean is in rows. What I mean is in rows. What I mean is in rows. One of those people offered me what I mean is offered me both a cigarette and a lighter. I said no, and I also said, well, I am not sure if I said no by saying no exactly, but I also said, if I said no, I think I said because after. But I know, what I mean is, but I know, I for sure said smoking can give you cancer and can damage your lungs. I was getting on that excavator. What I mean is excavator. There were seats on them. They went around like swivel chairs, and what the seats were connected to were really just blocks that moved by machine, floating above. What I mean is above a high enough height to kill you if you fall. But they weren't necessarily floating. What I mean is floating. They were just supported by a what I think what I mean is what I think what I mean is what I think was a crank type of system where it just gets cranked. What I mean is just gets cranked to go around, and then what I mean is, and then go around the opposite way, like once it comes to one end, alongside the other end. I got on there, but one of the areas didn't seem to have a share on it. What I mean is a share on it. So what I mean is one of the people there who was the closest person behind me. What I mean is behind me offered me. What I mean is me. What I mean is me a foldable share. What I mean is a foldable share. What I mean is a foldable. What I mean is a foldable chair. I used. What I mean is I used it. And by the time I came to the other side, and it was time for what I mean is for me to get off. What I mean is for me to get off. I realized I was only wearing underwear, so I wanted to go back. And what I mean is, and I asked, I walked with someone down a different area, which was a stairway. What I mean is a stairway. What I mean is a stairway. what I mean is stairway. And eventually, when I was like going down, I think I might have saw it something like what I mean is something like as if it was a multiple story Chuck E. Cheese's. I think I might have saw a parent and a child while I was being walked down with someone, even though I was what I mean 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 was even though what I what I mean was even though I was walking down myself with that person without relying. What I mean is what I mean is relying. What I mean is relying off of that person for help. What I mean is what I mean is for help. And I was what I mean is, and I was doing it myself regardless of that person walking down. What I mean is walking down. What I mean is down with me. What I mean is me. When I exited, by the way, I think the whole time when I was with those people who were smoking, what I mean is who were smoking or who did smoke, I guess, if I am. What I mean is, if I am right for that time, who, well, it was a time when people smoked, so when I was first out of the shower, I think I had my new Tumblr that has the abbreviations on it for Retirement Planner of America, if I am right. What I mean is, am right. What I mean is, am. What I mean is, am right. So I think I had a Tumblr with ice. What I mean what I mean is with ice and water that whole time up to the point where I was exiting one of the what I mean is one of the rooms for that staircase. And when I what I mean is exited one of the what I mean is one of those rooms. It was just a desert. There was no. What I mean is I could not see a exit What I mean is I could not see a exit door anymore. What I mean is more. So I walked through that desert. I think I eventually met up with some people who were. What I mean is were travel. What I mean is traveling through their tube. I think we went through a amusement park eventually, and we were walking where you were not supposed to walk, as if it was still a part of the desert we were walking in. I had that tumbler still, and eventually, what I mean, what I mean, what I mean is, and it, what I mean is, and what I mean is, and what I mean is eventually I had my or what I mean is what I mean what I mean is eventually I had the necessary or, or what I mean is eventually I had the necessary clothing on, because when I said I was only wearing what I mean is underwear earlier, I meant I didn't had socks or shoes on also. So what I what I mean is, so eventually I think I had what I mean is had two strange pets. It was like what I mean is it was like they weren't even living. They were what I mean is they were what I mean is they were what I mean is were like living cans. They were what I mean is they were what I mean is were two living cans. They were eating what I mean is they were what I mean is they what I mean is they were pretty much eating everything. I was later than what I mean is I was later than what I mean is then what I mean is then filming a what I mean is filming a train.
What's going on?
No battery.
Okay, let's go get our charger. Okay. We're good. No, actually.
They had a. He's like, he basically told me that we're gonna take it. Are you recording right now?
So what I mean is so I was eventually filming what I mean is recording a train passing by from what I mean is from a dead end street. So, what I mean is I was eventually filming a what I mean is I was eventually what I mean is recording a train from what I mean is from a dead end street, and that train was passing through in front. What I mean is in front of the dead end for that street. What I mean is there was just fencing and some bushes. What I mean is what I mean is and some bushes. And what I mean is and what I mean is and I guess maybe what I mean is and I guess maybe some what I mean is some extra greenery plants. What I mean what I mean what I mean is greener what I mean is greenery plants there as well. What I mean is what I mean is as well. What I mean is well there. And what I mean is and then what I mean is and what I mean is and then some Walmart employees came. What I mean is some Walmart employees came. What I mean is came. What I mean is came and they what I mean is and they forced me by dragging me and abusing me towards the Walmart parking lot, and they said I am not allowed. What what I mean what I mean is, and they said I am not allowed to film trains from there. What I mean is from there. What I mean is from there. Which that Walmart was just a short walking distance away from where I was recording the train I was recording. So I was dragged to that Walmart parking lot, and they, as in the employees who dragged me there by force. What I mean is by force said I am. What I mean is said I am. What I mean is am not allowed to record trains there. And then some friends I had before that I lost. What I mean is that I lost ways to contact were just instantly showing up there. Also, what I mean, what I mean is, and also my friend who has a YouTube channel. What I mean is who has a YouTube channel. What I mean what I mean is who has a YouTube channel. What I mean is who has a YouTube channel, who I asked, since his YouTube channel, what I mean is, since his YouTube channel is labeled the same as something, which he said yes, and it was labeled the same as his real life name. He said I could say it was his real life name. What I mean is, was his real life. What I mean is real life name.
Hi, Kevin.
So he told me what I mean is I asked him if I could say his real life name for his first and last name because it is the same as something else, and he said yes, which it is the same as his YouTube. What I mean is because it is this. What I mean is because it is the same as his YouTube channel's name as of right now. What I mean is, as of right now, what I mean is now. What I mean is, as of right now, which, since he said I could say it, it is David Henderson. So he showed what I mean is, so he showed up there. What I mean is up there in my. What I mean is my. What I mean is my dream. What I mean is dream. What I mean is dream I had from last night, or not last night, but what I mean, but what I mean is from, but what I mean is from, but what I mean is from when I was last asleep. And what I mean is, and I just yelled, "Leave me alone." And they, what I mean is, and they all walked away. What I mean is, what I mean is, and they all walked away, and after a certain amount of distance of walking away, they all instantly disappeared. And I waited there for what I mean what I mean is for what I mean is for a while until I was done waiting there, thinking what I mean is thinking about everything, and I went to one side of that Walmart. What I mean is, and I went to one side of that Walmart, and when I looked down, what I mean is, and when what I mean is, and when what I mean is, and when I looked down, it looked like a mall, but it was just underneath that Walmart, and what was below that I saw actually what I mean is actually I think it was just a parking garage. I think it was just a parking garage. And I did something like, if you watched the movie Stuber, if you noticed the main undercover. What I mean is, if you noticed the main cop in that movie, who, when he was chasing the first criminal in it, he was jumping down and grabbing on. What I mean is, and grabbing on to ledges from a high height. I did exactly that for what that off. What I mean is that police. What I mean is that what I mean is that police officer did for that first. What I mean is that first part of that movie, and what I mean is, and when I went down all the way, there was a. What I mean is, there was what I guess was a T-Mobile store, and So like when I was down all the way. What I mean is what I mean is when I was down all the way there was what I think was a T-Mobile store.
We can go to another room. Would you like to go over there? Let's go to another room, okay? Can we pause it and then unplug it and we'll go to another room and finish, okay? Can we do that?
Can I stay here?
No, we gotta go to another room. Someone else needs to use it. We can keep the main room. Do you want to grab your mouse?
I don't want to work.
Here, go this way.
That's too much writing, though. I don't want to do any more writing. I don't, because that gets me upset when I do too much work.
You can sit in the beanbag. There's an outlet over there. Here's your mouse, Kevin. Kevin, try this one. Kevin. Ready?
So, when I came all the way down, what I mean is down. What I mean is down there. There was a T-Mobile store. What I mean is there was a T-Mobile store. What I mean is across from where I came down. By the way, I was hopping the walls from the parking garage below. What I mean is what I mean is what I mean is below. 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 What I mean is below that Walmart. What I mean is that What I mean is that Walmart. And so at the T-Mobile store, for some reason, I already had a smartwatch on my wrist before I started recording. a train earlier. What I mean is early. What I mean is earlier in this. What I mean is within. What I mean is within. What I mean is within this dream. And when I was in the park, what I mean is when I was in the Walmart parking lot before I yelled, I guess I had filters for my friends there. And what I mean is it was like a watcher cup for that smartwatch. So I think it was just like microfiber cloths that were like a lens cloth, like smooth. And what I mean is when I yelled, they all took their filters out from it. What I mean is out from. What I mean is from. What I mean is from it. So when I was at that T-Mobile store, they asked me, what I mean is what I mean is I wasn't real. What I mean is really what I mean is what I mean is really at it. They just came out and asked me what I mean is if I wanted to buy one of their new phones. What I mean is new. What I mean is new phones. I said I didn't. What I mean is I said I didn't want to. But I said I wanted a filter for my smartwatch. What I mean is for my smartwatch like cup that looks like the size of a smartwatch. And look, what I mean is, and looks like a smartwatch in general, or it looks like what I mean is, and it looks like a normal. What I mean is normal. What I mean is normal smartwatch. And it. What I mean is, it looks like a normal smartwatch. Also, what I mean is also, despite that. So I asked for what I mean. What I mean is for a filter for what I mean is for it, and I got one. I might have been offered to buy the fruit called a date, and I bought some dates. The fruit called date. I bought some dates, and I am not sure if I like the way they taste or not, but I bought a lot. I got a bag full of them. I think I might have got one bag full and maybe a second, but like what I mean is, and a second, what I mean is, and a second bag, which is either half. What I mean is halfway full, or all the way. What I mean is, or all the way full. What I mean is, or filled all the way up. I said I was going to give these, or some of these dates, to David Henderson. I think that person said, "Do you mean David?" What I mean is, do you mean David? And what I mean is David, and then what I mean is, and then a last name, like maybe make it like Nar, or like however. What I mean is, or however that is supposed to be pronounced. Or maybe that person said that what I mean is that workers own. What I mean is that workers what I mean is that workers own what I mean is own self. What I mean is maybe like that worker instead said, I know David too, or acted as if like, and they that worker could have also said, I know David too, and then maybe later on it was concluded to be a what I mean is to be a different David. That is the end. What I mean is that is the end of my. What I mean is of my. What I mean is of my dream. What I mean is dream. What I mean is dream. What I mean is dream for what I mean is the last time I fell. What I mean is what I mean is for the last time I was asleep before. What I mean is before. What I mean is before I woke up. Today, what I mean is today by my fellow. What I mean is fellow. What I mean is fellow spicy nacho Doritos. Sorry, a new video just started playing automatically, so I had to pause it. That is all of the actual dreams I recorded that I will cover for this specific video of my dream show dream compilation. This video is to be continued by YouTube and by my fellow spicy nacho Doritos.